2024 NFL season is officially underway, and I'm here to wrap it all up on Austin's Academy of Sports. So without further ado, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, and they have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs last night in the Super Bowl. It wasn't the best game, but football is football. I'm sure it got a ton of views from across the world, and I know the halftime show was a big hit for my generation, so congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. You got me wearing some sort of green here. It was not Kelly green, but it's some sort of green for the Eagles. I know Philadelphia was partying all night last night, and they deserved it. I mean, they embarrassed the Chiefs on national TV. They stopped the Chiefs from getting their elusive three-peat, and I believe the last three-peat to ever happen in professional sports, not even in football, it was in NBA, from the 2000 season to 2002 or 2003 season, whatever those numbers line up to be. It was the Los Angeles Lakers, and it was with Shaq and Kobe Bryant, so you know that team was very good in their prime. Now, second of all, the Chiefs. They didn't get the three-peat. The Eagles did, and they, let me throw some stats at you. Eagles, they won the game 40-22, and this game was never close. I mean, never close. Cooper DeJean, the birthday boy, he got a pick six, and he took it to the house. Kansas City, Mahomes threw it. He just seemed off his game. The offensive line wasn't helping him out that much. Jalen Hurts, on the other hand, the offensive line was helping him out, and Jalen Hurts ended up getting the win. He threw for 2 touchdowns, 221 yards, while Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns and 257 yards. But the thing that cost Mahomes was the 2 picks. Yes, two interceptions. One of those interceptions, like I mentioned, was to Cooper DeJean, who also was celebrating a birthday yesterday on Super Bowl Sunday. How sweet is it to have a birthday celebration, let alone on a Super Bowl day? So which one do you celebrate more, the Super Bowl win or your 22nd birthday? Or the money that you got in, because I also heard that the Philadelphia Eagles get like $175,000 added to their paycheck for winning the Super Bowl, and then the Chiefs get like $95,000 or something like that. So, a lot of money being added to these guys' paychecks, and now the season's over with, so they can focus on the offseason. Chiefs, they got to figure out how to get back to the promised land next year. Eagles can celebrate this. I'm sure they'll have a Super Bowl party in Philadelphia probably later this week, Friday or Saturday. And it will be one to remember because Philadelphia, as you know, they love to party. But back to that game. Cooper DeJean with the pick six early on in the second quarter, I believe. And the Eagles were up like 27-0 heading into half. And then Kendrick came out and had a great performance in my eyes. Like I said earlier, not very many people liked him who are like the older generation. But my generation certainly did. And it's probably going to be a trendsetter for Super Bowls to come. By the way, next Super Bowl is in San Francisco next year. And they did come out with the logo, so if you're looking for the logo, just go to the logo. Just type in Super Bowl 60 logo, and you'll see it. It's a pretty sweet logo. It's got some blue in it, so if you're a Lions fan, hopefully, and you follow that trend, hopefully the Lions will be able to make it to the Super Bowl. But to the game, I believe Devontae Smith, that dagger that Jalen Hurts unleashed, the 47-yard ball, and it was like the first play of their drive. Devontae Smith caught it right in the bread basket, and he ran it in from like 2 yards out for the touchdown. So Devontae Smith, that was the dagger in the game. He ran for the 46-yard catch. And then back to Jalen Hurts, man. He won the MVP of the Super Bowl, which leads me into kind of what I want to focus on in this shorthanded podcast episode. Jalen Hurts won the MVP in year 5, the Super Bowl MVP, that is. Josh Allen won the actual regular season MVP. There's a big difference there. And he won the Super Bowl. But that gives me to my point, Jalen Hurts just being a straight winner. Wherever he is at, winning follows. I mean, if you look at his numbers, ever since he started football, and we started following him in 2016, committed to Alabama under Nick Saban, and he was a starter. And he's led Bama from when he was in college, his 3 years, all 3 years to a college football playoff. One of the years he didn't win. 2 of the years he did win. And then in that 2018 year, he replaced Tua in that third quarter, I believe, when Tua got injured. And Jalen Hurts stepped up big time under Nick Saban, and he won Alabama that national championship in 2018. And then in 2019, he transferred to Oklahoma. He led Oklahoma to the college football playoff. Didn't win it, but he was also a Heisman finalist. And so in 2019, they had a great team. 2018, an even better team. He was as the second-string quarterback. And you don't put Hurts as a second-string quarterback. You got to put him as a first. And he's proved it through his 5 seasons in the NFL. 2020, he got drafted right away by the Eagles, and then the Eagles kind of used him as that bench option that like Alabama did in 2018, if you get what I mean there. And then 2021, he led the Eagles to a playoff as a starter. I know that was the time when Tampa Bay had Tom Brady, so it was hard to go through the NFC against Tom Brady, but he still led them to led the Eagles to the playoffs as a starter. 2022, that's when it all started. They won the NFC. And like the 2023 season, I believe he got to the playoffs as well. And then 2024, obviously, Super Bowl MVP and champion. So he's just a winner wherever he goes. And I give him credit. I mean, he's gotten a lot better. He's developed under Nick Sirianni. He's developed under Nick Saban. And he's turned into a great quarterback. And he's due for a lot of money coming up in this offseason. Probably going to be one of the richer quarterbacks in the NFL. And he proved it last night at the Super Bowl. And speaking of winner and proving, the Eagles are like the first team going back to all 6 of those years. The Eagles have kind of stopped this hypothetical three-peat. In the first time they stopped it, it was the Patriots with Nick Foles. It wasn't Jalen Hurts, but Nick Foles. He stopped the Patriots in year 2. The year before, the Eagles and Patriots faced off, and the Eagles won. The Patriots won. And then in year 2, the Eagles beat the Patriots. And then, hypothetically, the Patriots won the Super Bowl the next year. So they kind of got in the middle of that logjam. Patriots won year 1 and 3, and then Eagles won year 2. And then later on, obviously, last night, the Chiefs had a chance to three-peat as well. Eagles stopped that. So you're kind of seeing a trend here as the Eagles being the three-peat stoppers, if you will. And as long as Jalen Hurts is on that team, which I think he will be, they're going to be a good team. I know this offseason, or last offseason, you could say, they loaded up on talent with Saquon Barkley. Zach Bond came over on the defensive side of the ball. They drafted some studs. One actually out of the MAC and Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo. And then Cooper DeJean and Reed Blankenship back there as safety blankets in the safety position were great studs as well. So I think the Eagles have some talented rookies in this draft. They're going to get even better. So next year, if you are a Lions fan, I do think that it's going to be hard to top a 15-2 season. And I don't think the Lions have the 1 seed in the NFC. I'm just going to come out and say it right away. But the Eagles, I do believe they get the 1 seed unless miraculously they are going to be losing their offensive coordinator. So keep an eye on that, and we'll see what happens there. But like I said, Eagles get the Super Bowl win. They wrap up the 2024 NFL season, and now we're looking forward to, we got March Madness coming up. Sports are always year-round. I mean, you got NFL, you got 4 major sports: NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL. NHL is about to wrap up soon. I do believe NBA is getting into their All-Star break, actually this weekend. So a lot of sports coming up, and March Madness probably is the biggest event coming up here in the matter of a month or so. So with that being said, Eagles get the win. March Madness to look forward to next. And also this week, pay attention as pitchers and catchers for MLB teams report to spring training. So sports world on the come up. Thank you for tuning in on this short and sweet Super Bowl episode. Eagles get the win over the Chiefs. They stop the three-peat. Thank you, and have a good day.